All right, y'all, good morning. we are back at it again. I'm gonna work my way back down, so I'll give you the setup we got this morning. So this weekend, we had a lot of, well, I say a lot of rain. It was a lot of light rain come in, but we still had quite a bit of waterfall, and a cold front come through. And I mean, a good cold front come through. So we're gonna we're gonna end up targeting secondary channels or secondary ledges today off the flats. We're not quite there yet. I stopped here to try to catch some bait, which I got some. So, but this is also a good spot where I've picked up some flatheads before. This is just an underwater point, got the creek mouth comes out, and I've done pretty well right here catching flatheads. Typically first thing in the morning, so it's still technically kind of early in the morning. So we're gonna just start here. Just no real reason, just other than that, because I want to see if there's a flathead laying back there. But we're gonna hit secondary ledges today that come off the flats, because when this, well, I don't know this for 100% certain, but patterns in the past have shown that, like, if these fish are up and let's say they're not committed to spawning just yet, they were just kind of up there in the shallows, what they'll end up doing is once it, that water temp drops a little bit, especially in the shallow water, they'll actually back off a little bit, wait for it to warm back up, and I'll go back up, continue what they were doing. Now the ones that were locked on, they're pretty much there. They're stuck with what they got. But so that's what we're going to end up hitting. But we're going to sit here for about 45 minutes. I've got some fresh bluegill, got some fresh white bass, so that's what we're going to be using for bait today. And just see what happens, man, because I was kind of, because that, and of course the cold front, they pretty much just shut off the bite. So I am not looking forward to a whole lot of great stuff today. But if we could just catch a few fish today, it'll be a pretty good success. So I want to get some baits cut up. We're going to try this spot out and see what happens. All right, let's get some baits out. So what I've done is I went back to my 10-aught triple threat hooks. It's getting that time of year where they shouldn't be too awful finicky about the hook itself like they were earlier. But I don't know, I didn't scan nothing in this little area. I didn't even look. I just come here, caught bait, and I knew that, like I said, I've done pretty good in the past right here. So since we were already here, we'll just set up on it. We'll give it a solid 45 minutes. See if there's anything here worth bragging about. Did you drop it, buddy? You did. Man, it's just so, they're biting the perfect way. It's just, they hit it and then you'll see it just load up, but they're not hanging on to it. But again, we're post cold front, so I'm expecting that. I'm expecting a kind of a weird, really, really sensitive bite. It's like right there. Now see, that fish has got it. Oh, and he just pulled off, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting short strikes. That didn't seem like a bad fish either, but like I said, that's what I'm expecting. It's just the typical post front bite. Well, post cold front bite. So I am definitely expecting that. That's what makes, it still doesn't keep you, you know, I mean, it doesn't mean you can't catch fish. It's just you're gonna be dealing with bites like that just because they get in a real foul mood when the, you know, the water temperature changes, ambient temp changes. They just get in a foul mood and they're just not near aggressive. So that's a good sign though. Got a couple bites already. And that one there, he didn't feel like a bad fish. Okay, that one's got it. Did you get me tangled up, buddy? Yeah, I think you did. Well, did you get out of it? You may have. I don't think so, though. I think you got me tangled up for sure. Oh, yeah. You definitely got me tangled up. On a piece of bluegill. Yeah, you definitely got me tangled up, buddy. God dog. So you can see, this is just, like I said, your basic. It can't get no more, well, get off there. Can't get no more basic than this, y'all. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. Old 10-aught got him good. But you see that, like I said, it's just basic stuff. So now he is covered in mud, right, all back through here, all the way up to his back on this side. So they're definitely pushed down. That's why a lot of the times when you get a cold front condition like this, yeah, I mean, just expect the bite to be tough. But if you find you a spot like where I'm at now, it's still kind of a spot where they can get up shallow if they want to and feed, but it's just a really nice soft bottom back behind us. And if you target them areas like that, you know, especially when you have a warm up like we had, and then you get a cold snap like that. So the water temps were like, you know, 60, like right at 70 degrees. And this morning they were 66 degrees. So that's pretty good dip. But all right, buddy, I appreciate that getting the skunk out of the boat. I mean, I don't expect to see too many of y'all today, so I'm glad to see you. And then of course, he got me a mess. Oh, did you get it this time, buddy? And of course he got tangled up too, little bitty thing. I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it. And he ain't even that big. Little dude, what are you doing? Besides making me a mess down there. I knew it was gonna happen. Eventually one of y'all was gonna carry it into the other line, which you did. Well, can we get it off you? Little bitty dude. I appreciate it. I knew that was gonna happen. I mean, just got me all kinds of tangled up. Holy crap, buddy. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. It's on that piece of white bass. Yeah, on that piece of white bass, working this little secondary ledge. Not a big one, but another fish sitting here for sure. Just another muddy fish. Just covered in that mud. Yep, just another one. I mean, got mud all over his back and everything else. Definitely pushed down. About what I figured. But you can still catch fish though. Thank you, buddy. Well, I'm sitting there saying let's go ahead and move, but I mean it's just been little bites. Just been little bites here as of late. Don't much care for those. We're gonna run down and hit a spot that we have fished before. It's the old stump beds. Get up on top of there, get up in front of it, fish around that for a little bit. I'm real surprised nothing hit this suspended rod. All right, so we made it down here to this spot. It's actually pretty good. I mean, I don't know, we need to be in 16 foot of water. I don't know why it settled us down there. But there is a lot going on. Okay, we'll let the boat get situated, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of structure here. Like I said, it's just a bunch of stumps back behind us, even more up above us, which we'll probably slide on up and fish some of that too. We'll just see how this turns out. But spots like this, on a day like today, the way the bite's gonna be, or has been, or I know it will be, it's gonna be just slow. So you gotta kind of wait these fish out a little bit. So we spend a little extra time at the other spot. What'd we end up at? 28 feet, perfect. But that's why we spent so much time at the other spot, because we still had fish, you know, kind of slowly moving through. So my thinking is this is a big spawning area back here. I'm almost positive it is. And then also I'm gonna fish around here to see if I can't, when we get ready to leave, see if I can't catch some more white bass or something up here. But I believe it's the big spawning bay that's over here. And so these fish are using all these little avenues to go up. But I think once that water temp gets to a certain point, like, you know, like we had that cold front come through, the ones that aren't committed to the spawn, they're just gonna pull right back off. And I've seen a ton of bait out here, which tells me the bait has actually pulled back off too. So let's get some of these rods out and just see if that theory plans out. Yeah, I thought so. I had a fish on this the whole time. He was just down there swimming with it. I'm like, man, that just looks awful weird considering it was way up there. I mean, not a big fish, but just down there for a cruise, all he was doing. Little feller. Man, how'd you even get that 10-aught hook in your mouth? That's what I'm saying, y'all. These, you know, I was using them 8-aughts because these fish were pretty finicky over the, you know, the cooler months. But this little dude here, I mean, he wasn't heavy enough for the hook to actually penetrate, but he is hooked. The old 10-aught hooks, man, they just do the trick regardless. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Like I said, the bite, I just know that it's not going to be anything spectacular today. But again, it's not going to keep me from coming out, obviously. But because catching fish, I just absolutely love to do. It's like, Man, it just looked awful weird because that line was right about in that area. I have it all the way out, all the way out here. Well, this spot here only yielded one little fish. Trying to think if we should move up or go to the furthest spot and then work our way back up towards the truck. I think that's what we'll do. I got a spot just around the bend here I want to fish. Just see what it looks like. Another little secondary ledge that goes up before it hits the flat. So let's try that. And like I said, we'll just fish our way back up to the truck after that. All right, we made it down to our next spot. I've seen a lot of activity here, But I've seen a lot of activity in the other spot too, so I don't know, we'll see. Let me get some fresh bait, so. Dog. Always getting me tangled up. And they're not even big fish. Why can't you just take it and go straight back? Why do you gotta go to the left or the right and then just tangle everything up like you're doing? I don't understand why you gotta do that. Wanted him a piece of bluegill. Dog, buddy. Hey, but I appreciate you today, though. I mean, tangle and all, I guess. Because I know the bite is tough today. Y'all just do not want to play. I have seen so many fish on the graph. Like, we're sitting in a wad of them right now, but not doing much. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Oop, oop, keep going, keep going. Yeah, he's got it. That's what I like. Just grab it and go on that piece of white bass. Still not a big one though. But it is another fish, which I am glad to have. They are just biting super weird today. Some of them you get to commit like this, and but a lot of them that did not. Yeah, he's not a bad one. Again, just covered in mud. Come on in here, buddy. Oh yeah, God, look at how muddy this dude is. Yeah, look at how muddy this dude is. Jeez Louise, y'all. I think just look at that belly. God, they're just sucked to the mud right there. Yeah, well, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. You old fat thing. This old female. I don't know if she's done it, obviously hasn't went up and done her business yet. It's on that white bass head, granted, not a monster, but it's on that white bass head. And keep him out of them other lines, that would be even better. Dang, buddy, that was a big old piece of bait. Yeah, that was a big old piece of bait. Oh, yeah, I figured as much. No, that's a blue cat. I thought for sure that was a channel cat. Dang, buddy. So you wanted that, didn't you? I'm just wondering, I'm just thinking that if, because we got us a hole right behind us that comes up to shallow water, I wonder if, I mean, we're gonna try it for sure. I mean, we almost have to at this point. Yeah, you wanted that white bass head, didn't you? Man, you weren't going nowhere. Yeah, another one. Another fat female just slap covered in mud. Well, I surely do appreciate that. Soon to be mama. You gotta let go there, buddy. There you go. Splash water all in my face. All right, we're gonna move back. We're gonna look at that hole back there. Try to get on the upside of it or possibly the inside of it. We're gonna throw on some fresh bait since I got plenty. Let's give it a shot. See if we've got fish that move deeper than I thought they would. All right, we made it down to this spot. It's kind of a cool looking little spot. See how this boat shakes out with this current here, but it's kind of a cool little spot. Really nice little creek channel that goes up back in here. And it's just kind of like you got some rock, you got some, it looked like some randomness down there as far as structure. And we're gonna be deeper water, 30 feet. I see some activity, a lot of bait down that deep too. That was the one thing that surprised me. So that tells me that a lot of stuff is happening with that bait being down that deep. So, get some bait, see what happens. There we go. Don't get in that line, buddy. Yeah, he hit it pretty good. Just a slow takedown, just about like I figured. I sure wish he would go down instead of keep trying to come up, because he's going to get right in that other line. God dog it. I just can't get away from these fish just tangling up at everything I got. See, first he wanted to go out, now he wants to go back in. What are you doing, buddy? All I want you to do is not get think. Oh, and he just pulled off. Right there, he just pulled off. No way. Oh man, that sucks. I mean, he wasn't a monster, so don't get me wrong, but that was another fish. I like the way he bit it too. I had a bite on this white bass piece over here. Don't know if he's swimming with it. Yeah, he was swimming with it. That's what he was doing. I was like, I knew one picked it up, but I couldn't tell. All he was doing was just swimming around with it. I don't know how good he's hooked. Like I said, when they get to acting like this, it's hit or miss. You don't feel terrible as of right now. I really wish he'd quit trying to go towards them other lines. And he's gonna do it. Yeah, he's the biggest one of the day so far. That's always cool. Down there just swimming with it. God, he's covered in mud too. Come here, buddy. Let me get you on this side, because he ain't hooked very good. Like I said, when they conditions like this, y'all, it's hit or miss on how they hit it. Sometimes they get it good. Like I got a fish on the yellow rod again. Yeah, it's a decent one there. Yeah, he's got it. You don't feel bad either. But when they get the short strike in and just slow like bites, it's like he just pulled off. They're just not. He was a decent one. I'd say he's probably about the same size. But it's hit or miss, y'all. I mean, the hook is a hook. It does what it does. But if it's only just, skin hooked or whisker hooked, like see this fish, I mean, you could just tell. I mean, that's not a small fish, but he is just barely hooked right out here. And honestly, I don't care what hooks you have, but when they're doing that, that's just the nature of the beast with these conditions. You just hope you get lucky. Yeah, that's a good one there. He's probably 15 pounds. Just slap covered in mud. But we may be in that bite window, like I said. What time is it? Yeah, it's about 1 o'clock. So, because that fish that was on that rod was about like this one. Felt like it, flight-wise anyway. Well, I surely do appreciate that, buddy. Heck yeah. Like I said, it's hit or miss, y'all. I've fished these conditions enough to understand that part of it for sure. Let's get him back out there. Okay. Another one out there towards the channel. He's definitely smaller than the last one. Another one there out towards the channel. I got one. I think he's swimming with it. A good, well, he's not hooked terrible. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. Open up, buddy. Yep. Yes, and like this one was hooked good. Yeah, I got something messing with that one. You just chill out right there, buddy. Yeah, he's down there just swimming with it. All these old fish. I wish they'd get to just hammering it. Those are when it's fun. These old soft bites like this, they're cool, catching fish. This one here is probably about the same. Better just swim it off of my bait. Little buddy. Come on in here. Ouch. Little buddy. Cool though. I'd call that a double for sure. Yeah, little buddy. I mean, he is just absolutely, he got mud on the top of his fin. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Okay. Let's tend to you, buddy. Yeah, another one. Man, I think you're just, you are full of air. Yeah, hang on, buddy. I'll tend to you. There you go. Oh, that feels better. Again, just absolutely covered in mud. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. There we go. There we go. I think he's got it that time. He's only hit it like 4 or 5 times. They just get so bad at it when they can't get it. He's still got some fight left in him. Oh yeah, about what I figured it was. Ye old channel cat. That's okay, buddy. You ain't hooked very good either. Ah, you are. You're hooked. Oh, yep. So he wasn't hooked very good either. Take this piece off. I'm gonna toss this old head back down there. I think it's still got some good in it. All right, let's go try one more spot. I want to go set up on some structure, see what that does for us. We caught a few fish here. But I got this good white bass and good bluegill, and I don't want it to go to waste. So we'll run up there. And see if we can't pull something out of some structure. All right, well, this is actually the first time I've actually got to be able to fish this spot the way I want to, because where this big brush pile is, they had dropped a green buoy kind of like right in here, so I always had to either fish on the outside of it or the inside of it because I didn't know where that chain was. It's almost like they dropped the buoy right on top of the structure. So, but we are set up dead in front of it right now. Well, all right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this one. We did okay today. We caught a few fish. We moved up here. All I had was some really good takedowns on my suspended rod. I had one bite on this one. Of course, it still hung up. I left it on there to see if whatever would come back and unsnag it, but it has not yet. So, yeah, but I figured that's exactly how I figured the bite would be. They get real funky when we get a cold front come through here, so they're not committed to the bait. They, you know, every now and again you'll catch one. I mean, based on the bites we had today, we should have had a boatload of fish. But it is what it is. They, you know, I knew that coming out. I didn't expect anything different. Was really hoping to catch, you know, slightly bigger fish, which we caught a couple decent fish, but nothing really to brag about. But yeah, that's post cold front fishing, y'all. It's still fun. I mean, you can still come out here and catch some fish, but it's definitely not You know, you'll, because if you think of it as like every bite that we got that picked it up, took off, and dropped it, you know, if that was like a missed fish to you or a missed opportunity to you, you know, that could get frustrating. But if you know you come out on a condition like this, just know it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and typically it's your smaller fish. But so that's one thing you can look at and, you know, and not get too upset about, because I remember back in the day before I really started well, does he still have it? But I remember back in the day when I used to fish like this, before I really kind of knew what I was doing as far as these catfish, I would get plumb upset, you know, thinking I had to change everything, you know. Well, I got the suspended rods going again. Yep, man, he dropped it again. See, that was just a bunch of that. So they're just not committed to it. So, but that, you know, like I said, that part of it, it is definitely what it is, because it's been every cold front every year is the exact same. Sometimes you get lucky and hang into a good one, you know, but you're just lucky to be able to hang into some, just the way they bite. But, you know, like I said, that's cold front fishing. It's supposed to warm up rest of this week, and, you know, next week looks pretty good. So this should be the last cold snap we have, which is good. The way everything's looking, we've got a lot of stuff spawning right now, so we're kind of maybe in that period where stuff's up, stuff's off. We just got to figure that part of it out. But, and we will for sure. But anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.